Russia and social media. Accusations out against Russia for using social media to exert influence. I spoke with Hermitage Capital CEO Bill Browder, considered one of the biggest and loudest critics of Russia and Vladimir Putin after being the single biggest investor in Russia. We talked about Russia and Putin using social media to deepen divisions across the world.
Basically, Putin's got a problem, which is that Russia can never rise to the level of the West. And so what he's trying to do is bring the level of the West down to Russia. And he's doing that by taking all sorts of issues in all sorts of countries and exacerbating them. In the UK, he doesn't like the EU, and so he's supported Brexit. In France, he tried to hack Macron's election. In the US, he was all over the place using Facebook and Twitter and so on and so forth. And the purpose of all this is it's inexpensive. It allows him to achieve unbelievably big results in terms of getting everybody angry at everybody, and he's sitting there laughing on the sidelines.
And he's the richest man in the world.
He's the richest man in the world. He's going around doing all sorts of terrible things, killing people in different countries, killing his own people in his own countries, and getting away with it.
You think he's the richest man in the world because he takes stakes in everything.
So basically, he's not like a normal head of state. He's what I call a kleptocrat, which means that he is basically stealing from the state and stealing from all the rich people in order to become the richest man in Russia.
Yeah.
And so you can't be a rich guy in Russia unless Putin is your partner.
Let's step back for a moment and go through what your ordeal has been like, because at one point you were the single largest investor in Russia. You started becoming an activist investor. You wanted honesty. You wanted an end to the corruption in the Russian companies. You started speaking out. You got to the border in Moscow. They said, you're not coming in. Go back.
Correct. And so that was the beginning of my troubles, and the troubles then exacerbated exponentially. After that, the police raided my offices. I had a lawyer investigate what was going on. He discovered that the raid of my offices were used to steal $230 million of taxes that I had paid to the Russian government from the Russian government. His name was Sergei Magnitsky. My lawyer figured this out. He exposed it. He was then arrested, tortured for 358 days in Russian prison, and killed at the age of 37 on November 16, 2009.
Which is where, fast forward, we get to the Magnitsky Act. Explain
Correct.
it.
So the Magnitsky Act was named after Sergei Magnitsky. After the Russians killed him, they covered up his murder, and I said, I'm not going to put up with this. And I went to the U.S. Congress, and I convinced a Democratic Senator, Benjamin Cardin, and a Republican Senator, John McCain, to sponsor something called the Magnitsky Act, which imposes visa sanctions and asset freezes on Russian human rights violators.
That is now the law in the United States, and now Europe is considering it.
So that was passed in 2012, and it became like the perfect tool to go after bad guys, not just in Russia but everywhere. It became a global Magnitsky Act, and in the world that we're living in right now, you have these people, these kleptocrats like Putin, that do terrible things, and now you've got a tool to fight them by freezing their assets, and they all hate it like anything you cannot imagine. The biggest prize yet is the EU. If we get the United States and the EU to have this legislation, then bad guys are going to have a huge disincentive not to be going around torturing and killing their own people.
This is an extraordinary story. Needless to say, you're no longer a money manager. You are a 24/7 activist fighting these wrongdoings and Vladimir Putin.
Indeed. In fact, I'm probably the only example of a hedge fund manager that became a human rights activist. But yeah, it's incredibly important. The law that I'm promoting, it's hard work because there's a lot of very cynical people out there who don't want it to happen. There's a lot of people whose business it hurts. But in the end, the forces of good have tended eventually to overcome the forces of evil.
Fast forward to today, Russia recently arrested a Michigan man on spying accusations. What do you make of this?
It's complete and utter nonsense. I mean, I've looked into the background of this guy, and he is not got the background of a spy. He was dishonorably discharged from the Marines. He has all sorts of quirky things in his background. The U.S. would never have him as a spy. They would never have a person spying who wasn't under diplomatic cover. It's a total setup. Why did they set him up? They set him up because they need some kind of leverage for a swap. Who do they want to swap for? They want to swap for a woman named Maria Butina, who is the red-headed person who was arrested by the Russian woman who was arrested by Mueller. Putin doesn't want her talking about whatever she was up to. They want to create a counter leverage. They arrest an American and try to set up this swap.
This is incredible.